That our Kindness 101 series where Steve Hartman and his children share stories built around kindness and character as well, and the people who embody and have mastered those qualities. Today's lesson, resilience. We all need a little bit of that. We're going to revisit the story of a young man born without hands and without feet who nonetheless dreamed of becoming a pilot. Despite those many obstacles, Zach Anglin never took no for an answer.
Hello, you know Meryl.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to our lesson on resilience.
Emmett, how are you going to define resilience?
I'm going to say resilience is the ability to bounce back from failure.
That's good. Or I might even say it's like embracing failure.
But who wants to fail?
Well, no one really. But when you do fail, you need to look at it not so much as a roadblock, but more like a stepping stone to success. It'll make more sense when you see this story. This is one pulled from our library of stories past, filed under resilience.
Although born without hands or feet, 25-year-old Zach Anglin says the only limbs he ever longed for were wings. Always wanted to be a pilot. Unfortunately, no quad amputee had ever become a commercial pilot.
Obviously, nothing worth having comes easy.
From the time he was born, he was a disciplined and determined child.
Adoptive parents Harold and Patty say there was no talking him out of it. So when Zach turned 18, he applied to a flight school that said no.
There's nothing we can really do for you, we're sorry.
The second one said the same.
Like, here we go again.
As did the third.
The same response.
And so it went, more than a dozen times over.
You're not hearing what they're saying.
I'm not. Selective hearing. My wife will tell you I'm a little bit hard-headed.
Which is why this hard-headed husband and soft-hearted father applied to one more school, the Spartan College of Aeronautics in Tulsa, Oklahoma. They said yes, although Zach's struggle was just getting started.
He still needed approval from the Federal Aviation Administration to take the lessons. But the FAA repeatedly, and in no uncertain terms, denied his request. And after the 5th rejection letter, Zach finally gave up.
I was like, this is not for me. This is impossible to do. And so my mom was over my shoulder at this point, right? And then she's like, you're not done yet.
I said, you can never succeed until you've learned to fail.
And Patty says her son obviously hadn't failed enough. So Zach kept at it until finally they cleared him for one takeoff. And when Zach was given the opportunity to show his potential, it became clear as blue sky that you don't need hands to have wings. Zach graduated from flight school a few years ago and now teaches the same course so many told him he couldn't even take.
Nautical miles.
Why do people need to hear this?
Because my story isn't just for amputees. We all go through trials and tribulations. The word impossible is an illusion behind the word possible.
And failure, just the turbulence on your journey.
Zach Anglin joins us now. Zach, welcome to Kindness 101.
Thank you guys for having me.
Are you still flying and teaching?
Yes, ma'am. Still having a lot of fun doing it. It's a lot of work, but it's such a privilege to do. So,
When you failed at something repeatedly, how do you avoid getting down on yourself?
it took a village, and I think I told Steve this some time ago. And that village is my family, my faith, and then the people around me to go ahead and make things possible for myself.
Do you have any suggestions for how we can be more resilient?
Make a goal. Write it down, say it out loud in the morning. Talk to somebody that's done it, and just take a little bit of time every day to go ahead and work towards that goal.
Big goals are just little goals piled up.
Yup, little things lead to big things.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us.
I appreciate you guys as well. Thank you.
We all fail from time to time, but it doesn't make us failures. It makes us human. And if you have resilience, eventually those failures will become the wings you fly on. We'll see you next time.
And don't forget to stay kind.
It's beautiful.
Fire you up to get into the weekend.
gosh.
I mean, 12 schools rejected him. FAA says no 5 times. And here he is.
The self-belief and then the support from the parents also really got me. How his mother was like, you cannot succeed until you learn to fail. You're not done yet.
Yeah.
How
Oh
could
my
how
gosh.
could you ever think of quitting anything when you have that man as an example out in the world?
Yes.
Exactly. And to Steve Hartman's kids, you're not quitting Kindness 101. I need you to do this well until your 30s.
Yes, exactly.
Because we just love seeing you.
It's so
even
great to
as
see
you
them
age a
growing
little
up.
bit.
I know, they're getting older.
Growing up and right in front of our eyes.